Hi, it's Christine. I'm gonna do an update. It's April 29th, and about 1 month ago, on March 30th, I spent 30 hours in the hospital because I spent 8 hours in this commode chair before I went to the hospital because my caregiver was being confrontational, and it's not like I can really get up and walk out of the room, and I wasn't gonna argue with them, and I will just call for a replacement. But there was no phone answering with my agency. The previous weekend was pretty stressful because he was having some personal problems that involved police coming over and him going through a traumatic situation. And it just became too much for me to handle. I really wanted him to get some professional help because I was just completely out of gas. So 911 was called because nobody from the agency called, and then they sent me to the hospital, and for 30 hours they admitted me because I just didn't have stable care. Prior to that weekend when that happened, my other caregiver put in his 2 weeks notice because he was going to move back to Colorado, and then my other caregiver was going to drop one of her days so she could focus on school. So that was 7 shifts that I needed to fill, and I was pretty much already stressing about that. And then my other caregiver that had some issues only exacerbated my anxieties, and it turned out that nobody spoke to me from case manager or really even agency for almost 3 weeks. On the 3rd week they finally emailed me and told me that they were, up until then they had been just contacting my caregiver through text about the schedule. And then I've literally been training people for a month's time probably, or maybe longer. I haven't slept in a long time. Think about when I just had the flu on the last video. I've had a bad year, and I just think that it's brought me to a point of hopelessness and anger because I really don't know where my future is going, and I just can't train people anymore. I just got out of the hospital again because the people that are sending me are not physically able to do the job, meaning they're not strong enough to roll me in bed, some of them, and some of the chair transfers, like with my power chair, all of it is like, I spent 4 months training one of my caregivers that left to Colorado, and I really, really liked him, and I got him perfectly trained where I could relax, and it does take a while to go over everything and for the caregiver to remember, and for me to relax and be able to take a breath. But that didn't happen, and that doesn't happen with most vulnerable adults in our state. It's probably even worse. I mean, the only reason I got attention drawn to my case is because when I got back from DC, National Institute of Health, I hired a lawyer and I got more hours. Total hours is 527 a month. Well, I shouldn't have to pay, me and other people shouldn't have to pay $3,700 to get hours to stay in our home. Otherwise, I would have ended up in a nursing home. Anyway, I wouldn't probably be alive to tell this, and everybody knows how much rehab therapy I've had. And there's a cat walking out on my steps if I keep looking that way. So anyway, my mouth is dry. I just was in the hospital again the other day because the lady that couldn't move me, I've been basically not wanting to train anyone because the agency terminated me. The next day we had a big meeting here. There was like 10 people here, not including myself, trying to discuss the problems with my care, or high needs, and people making 11, 12 bucks an hour or not. They'd rather go with an easier job than really do the hard ass work it takes to take care of me. And our state legislator for our district was even present for the meeting and basically said, sorry, I mean, I brought up the points of the laws that are being broken that put me in this position, and everybody's like, moving forward, and I'm like, there ain't no moving forward here. I have a progressive disease, for one. Number two, I do half of their jobs, and because they're not trained. And I'm sure I'm going to get a hold of the Attorney General because I'm just completely stressed out. So by the end of the meeting, if I didn't have my two brothers there and that state legislator guy, those women would have just completely probably told me they were terminating their services is what they were doing, and the legislator overlooks CSHS, and they're trying to fight for more hours and better care for people that are high needs like me. But I can't forget the neglect, the abuse, the rejection, retaliation that's happened. All the caregivers I've trained, at least 150. I have a hard time moving forward because of all that damage that's done, and I can't get up and walk out of the room. So a lot of the stuff, I very spiritual person, and I got to a point where I was even mad at God because, it was like, why is all this stuff happening? And so when I went in the hospital the other day, because I was basically bedridden with this lady, and I'm so stiff that I need my knees bent and them to push on my hips and my shoulder to roll me over, and I couldn't even get those words out of my mouth, and she'd have me rolled over like a log and pushing on whatever on my back. Well, anyway, it didn't really seem like too little too late. She isn't gonna really listen to that. And the next day, she had me laying on my back, and when I woke up, I was in excruciating pain, and it was positional because my caregiver got me in my chair, and it was like kind of tolerable. So I thought, my nurse even thought that it was probably, I'm so sorry, I'm gas. Oh, God, I hope that didn't come up across. Anyway, my stomach hurts because I have a paralyzed bowel, and I'm really distended. It looks like I'm pregnant. It's hard as a rock, and this lady was calling me fat, and I'm not fat, but it just was, what the heck else is going to happen to me? And so it turned out that I have a deep bruise contusion, just like I did on my ankle when I ran into the dresser in my wheelchair. I have a deep contusion on my chest wall. It feels like someone hit me in the back with a bat. Right now I am in so much pain. I can't train anybody to transfer me, really, because I'm just working with people brand new. We have to work together, and I'm not together, and I'm just going to wait until 4:30 and eat dinner and go to bed. And luckily tonight and tomorrow night I have regular people, but as of May 3rd, next Wednesday, I don't have any shifts covered for 7 shifts, and if you want to include the lady that can't move me with another agency, that's 8 shifts. Well, what the hell am I going to do? So I've got appointments with my doctors, my rehab doctors, my palliative care doctors, and I found out that I'm eligible for my health care directive, not for pain medication, because that would stop me from breathing, and that's considered physician-assisted suicide. But since I can't feed myself, and it's on my health care directive to have no artificial food and water, the nurses were telling me, and I talked to some social workers that told me that I can activate my health care directive. I can die in my house if I want to. Either that or go to a nursing home and prolong my suffering. End result, it's still painful, fucking suffering death. And I'm not happy about it being drug out. I don't want to be taken out of my home. So I would rather people that go through no food and water. I mean, I would have to get some special documents read up, I think. I don't know if they could give me medicine through IV, because obviously taking it wouldn't work, but because of the water. But I'm done, man. I'm so scared, and I'm so fucking tired. My back hurts so bad. I don't know what to do. It hurts like hell to roll over. It feels like someone smacked me in the back with my bat. Anyway, I think I gotta go. It sounds like someone fell asleep. In the other room, I hear snoring. Oh, great. I have no way of getting a hold of anybody. Anyway, I gotta get off. That's the update for now.